Hey, here we are again. Oh, wow. Yes, this is yours truly, the Grand Queen, coming at you. Oh, my goodness. Just glad to see you on this day. Happy, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is yours truly, the Grand Queen. I just love saying that. I just love to greet you that way because so many people are from different time frames all over the world. And I greet you tonight. And yeah, it could be Wednesday, it could be Thursday, wherever you are, whoever you are. And welcome to the Pit Stop Mental Health Check In. And just want to just share with you for a few minutes. This is Brain Injury Awareness Month. It is also Women's History Month. We want to just bring awareness to people who have actually come through brain injuries and also people who survived, recovered, and they are advocating for good mental health. That's a lot to survive a brain injury. And specifically IPV, which is intimate partner violence, brain injury. The impact is just, wow, it's a lot. I mean, it's not just the punching; it's real injuries that happens to the woman, and we're talking about women in particular because this is Women's History Month. We're making new history, and women who have survived brain injury or potential at risk for brain injury. It affected their cognitive. It affected their cognition. It affected their emotional self. Listen, they are recovering. They are advocating for good mental health because they lived through it. So we applaud you. We support you. Whoever whoever you are, I know it's more than a few thousand. I'm going to bring the stats on that one in the next show. And we're going to talk about the stats, city versus rural areas, because it's happening all over the place from city to rural. It's about having enough mental health support. It's about having access. I've been talking about having, excuse me, access. And if there's not enough access to good mental health, particularly something as heavy as IPV, intimate partner violence, and which affects the brain, which is actually has to do with brain injuries, and there's no accessible support, then it's just out of bounds. But we're going to talk about we're going to bring awareness to more accessible support, such as, let me just share one. If you're in New York State, let me just share one source of support: NYSCADV, which is New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence. They are heavily into support of women who have sustained bodily harm and whose brain has been affected by that bodily harm. Again, brain injury. This is why I asked the question: what is happening to our brain? People are experiencing these things. I mean, it could be strangulation, but being silent is a lethal threat. Breaking the silence is education and advocating for yourself and others. This is why you are the phenomenal you. This is why you are making new history. You lived, you survived, you confronted it. This person, no doubt, is still unsafe. Should I say, this person is still harmful. You've rendered that person powerless. This person is still harmful, but you have rendered that person powerless. You have the power, and that's what has to happen. Some people will never change. They will remain harmful. They will remain at risk for themselves and to society. But we have the power against that. So breaking the silence and building safe spaces for healing and recovery. This is what NYSCADV, this is what New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence, this is what they do. This is what we should all become a part of and stand up and just stop it. Just stop that. Stop the bodily harm to women and children. Uh, because we talking about this is Women's History Month, and many times it involves children. Women have children, and the violence transfers to the children and transfers back to her. Whatever open portal it is, that harmful person uses that opportunity and that portal to unleash upon this individual and the family. So get involved, learn more, stand. You stand for something, you won't fall for anything, but you got to stand for something. Fill your cup. An empty cup is useless. You cannot fill anything with an empty cup. Fill your cup with tools to advocate, with education to advocate safely and soundly, right? So, unveiling the hidden intersection, Brain Injury Awareness Month. And this is Brain Injury Awareness and Domestic Violence Month. This is also Women's History Month. We're still making new history. Last month, we talked about Black history, making new history, Black history. Now we're talking about, which is still ongoing. Now we're talking about making new history, women's history, women making new history. What? Her story, my story, your story. I said it a couple of weeks ago. You, me, he, she, us. That's us. That's all of us taking a stand.
Hey, I'm back. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I don't know. Just had a little, just had a little interruption. Yes, a little break there. So yeah, so just to give you a heads up on our next show, we'll be on next Wednesday, right? And we're gonna pick up on this conversation. We're gonna pick up on tonight's mental health check-in on next week, and we'll be highlighting, um, just like I said, women who have survived brain injury and domestic violence cases. They've survived. They're recovering, and they are also making new history. They're advocating, and they're teaching us how to advocate and bringing more changes to good mental health support, and teaching us about accessibility of and different types of support. So hopefully we'll have some people, some actual light on it. And we support you. For those who are watching tonight, we support you. Please go to JTire Form 1, subscribe, and leave some information. Leave some sources of information. I shared with you earlier NYSCADV, which is New York State Coalition Against Domestic Violence site, where you can find information on IPV support, which is intimate partner violence, for people who have experienced that. And you live in New York State, because this has to do with information for people who live in New York State. For people who live in other states, they have, excuse me, there are links for you to find more information. And I have to say that the more community minded we are, the better we do. And Just Stop It, and the Pit Stop, which is a mental health check-in, weekly check-in, a safe space for you to come and talk and actually get a conversation going about the issue or whatever is happening. Because silence is a lethal and to have a safe space and the right forum to be able to speak is key. It's a start. It's a start, and I am here for you. All right. So until next week. And again, we had a little break tonight. But that's okay. It's live. It's live streaming. That's what happens. And life is like that. Life is live. And sometimes it's good, bad, ugly, and nasty. But that's okay. We fix it. We fix it and we live. We live and we fix it. But we cannot pour from an empty cup. So please remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Find the people who can help pour into you the things that you need, the things that you have got to have to live and be this phenomenal you. Love to share and replenish at the same time. Love you much. Peace, love, and joy. And I pray that you live in peace and not in pieces on this week. See you on Sunday.